Assalamu alaikum all. Today I want to talk about this 30-day Duolingo challenge that I will be doing. So I recently finished like a 6-day French challenge where I was trying to surprise my wife by going to France and speaking French in front of her and trying to surprise her. And I'll have a link to that video in the description. But what really intrigued me recently was a colleague of mine who I work with. He is going to Japan. He's been planning this trip for years and he's been learning Japanese through a Duolingo and he's been doing it for 6 months. And that kind of really intrigued me. And he feels like, he's actually learned a good amount of the language. So that's why I set up this challenge and I'm going to explain more in this video. So just want to say if you're new here on this channel, I share my journey learning languages as a Muslim. So how was my colleague learning Japanese with Duolingo? So he said he was basically just doing one lesson a day, which took him around 5 minutes. He said the most important thing was just to keep the streak going. Just need to keep going no matter what. And it was really interesting because, one of the good things you hear about is let time do the work for you. So, if you do it for 30, 60 days, 3 months, 6 months, no matter what it is, it's impossible for us not to learn something. We're going to learn some good things about the language. So, I really like that simple way of thinking. It's just do it and it's impossible for us not to learn anything. And Duolingo is quite an easy app to use. It's just on your phone. You just pull out your phone and just sort of start using it. Now, I don't usually like apps and flashcards and things like that because generally I find, they can be quite boring sometimes, and you're not kind of seeing the language in its natural context. You're just kind of seeing maybe isolated words or isolated sentences. They really kind of enjoy it that much. However, what my colleague said made me really curious and I just had to try it out. He said he was just spending 5 minutes a day, which is something that I can definitely do. And I've got nothing to lose by doing this. So let me give it a good go and see how it goes. I've used Duolingo ages ago. And when I looked into the app recently, the Duolingo app has kind of improved. It's kind of changed. I was sort of playing around with it, like the animations and things like that. So it's definitely really interesting. And Duolingo has this free account, and the free account pretty much gives you everything that you need. You have ads and stuff popping up, but they're not super annoying. You just have to wait a bit and then you can kind of ignore it. And it's actually seems quite nice to use and you don't have to pay anything. So it's a really great way just to kind of start looking into language and start picking it up. And what I really like about Duolingo as well, it gives you the audio and the text in a lot of exercises. So it's very important to kind of listen to things as well. So this is something that I've spoken about before. I've seen loads of people talk about it and something I definitely agree with and definitely has helped me. So when there is text on there and you're kind of doing little exercises and stuff like that, you can hear what's going on. It's really important to hear that. And that's another really good feature about Duolingo. And it makes it really easy, really easy to do the exercises. You don't have to worry about anything else. It's just about pulling out the app. You do that. It has the audio and everything all kind of built in and just kind of ready to go. And another really good thing is that Duolingo provides you with lots of good tools to help you to remember to learn, to take a lesson each day. So definitely one of them is notifications on your phone. So I usually kind of switch off all notifications unless they're sort of messages and things like that. But if it's any app, I generally switch off the notifications. But I'm making an exception for Duolingo because I want to be able to remember so that I can continue the streak and continue learning. So that's one of the ways to kind of remember to do Duolingo. The second thing that's really useful is that on iOS you can add a home screen widget. So you put this widget in and it kind of shows you your streak and you can kind of remember if you've kind of done your lesson or if you haven't done the lesson for the day. And it's really good. It's really nice seeing the number kind of go up. So I'm currently on to day 5. So I've started this 30-day challenge. I just want to kind of get into it. I'm on day 5 and it's really good. It's I'm on 5 and it's kind of it's a good way for me to kind of stay motivated and kind of continue to try and learn. And really, Duolingo is really easy to just kind of pick up and going. What's going to be really interesting is later on as I get into more and more harder exercises is trying to stay motivated and continue with that. But this whole having a streak is something spoken about in Atomic Habits as well, which is a really famous book by James Clear. And he talks about kind of building up that streak. And, once I have 5, 6, 10, let's see how it goes. And I definitely feel like I'm learning little bits. And it's not going to be the only way that I'm going to be learning French, but I will be continuing with my other stuff as well. So that's watching shows and things on YouTube and Netflix with subtitles, as well as kind of going through like my books and stuff like that. So like going through the exercises in this as well. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. And yeah, I'll do another video in around 30 days and we'll see how this has been going on. But definitely encourage other people to try it out, especially if you've been struggling to learn the language. Just try and get that streak going. Just do 5 minutes a day and see how it goes, and we'll find out. If you have any comments or anything, please leave them below, and I really appreciate it if you smash that like button. Okay, assalamu alaikum, bye.